Right. Fucking hell. Tell you something, mate. Fuck knows what's going on there. But if you can hear me loud and clear, then the show will continue. Let's get the glow sticks back out and do this. I'm glad we've still got the sense of humour. Trust me. It's amazing how like you can set the stream up and then like leave it, come back on, and then yeah, great. For those of you that might still be having issues, I would just refresh the browser. But it should be all working, showing it's working on my end now.
Quit talking and start mixing.
Do you think it's because I updated OBS and it's messed with the settings? Because it just, I've always got it set for 1080. London, welcome back. SRS, welcome in. $760 it is then, you know what I mean? We'll get it right, don't worry mate. Like I say, it's not about seeing me, it's about hearing the vibes. Ionsphere, yes, yes. Welcome back in, Doms. Drill OG. The Grantham Pimp is inside the place. Right, people, off to a bit of a shaky start there because, I don't know, internet. I reckon it's because I updated OBS and it's always the same. You know, when I did it right, I thought, no, don't do it after the stream. And you know how it is, it comes up with an update. We all like an update. And I was like, yeah, do your thing. I did it and straight away, like, it wouldn't let me record the stream. It's blocked my little... oh no, it's back on again. I ain't even switched it on. It's just come back on again. You know, the background remover. So that's back on now. That stopped working. So yeah, hopefully we can get through this, people. Some of you are saying it's in like 480. Some of you are saying it's at 720. It shouldn't be. It should be at 1080. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that we're playing some vibes. So I'm guessing that this has got to be Ionosphere. So mate, again, I believe this was a proper WAV. You know, let's just double check because of all the chaos that was going on. Yeah, it was, mate. So what's happened? Tell me what's happened, because you always submit an MP4. It sounds like we're you know, swimming with the fishes, but this time we got a full WAV from the man himself. So what's happened? Is this been done on a DAW, or is this back in your is this back in the phone? What's going on?
Bruh.
Neil, welcome in Badege, Jungle Rhythms, the Grantham Pimp. So whether Ionosphere's still here, I don't know. He's probably here somewhere. But mate, again, as always, tidy tune. You know, it always brings a nice little vibe. And if he says he did make this on the mobile phone, I'll be pissed, mate, because there's making tunes using AI and then there's making tunes on a phone. And for them to come out like this, the guy's either got like a really good ear or he's got a really good phone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, simmer. So, mate, if you guys missed this one, we were raving. So, I mean, there is nothing actually wrong. I mean, the structure of this tune, the layout of this tune, everything's absolutely brilliant. The only thing I would, say is the tonal. It just needs like a tilt. So, just get something like this, which allows us to do a tilt. Let's just put this on here. Just a standard tilt. So, it's the aiming. It's just a bit rich around that 6K. See, when the aiming comes out and it's just the drums and the clap and everything just feels a bit more together. So I would probably turn the aiming down a bit. Yeah, just a little tilt across that kind of pulls it back into place. But I would, like I say, I would suggest trying to just turn the aiming down a bit. And I think that'd be nice if you can do that. But let us know, mate, because he seems to have just disappeared. There he is. Hopefully it's been recorded this time, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah, the sides, there isn't much sides in this, to be honest, Aulus. Look. My camera's in the way as well, like. I mean, this is it depends sort of answer, but if you wanted to keep it in this sort of, nostalgic, old school feel, then as it is cool. But if you wanted to lean towards more modern, then yeah, you need to start working more on your sides. Do you know what I mean? Because as you know, this sort of high energy music, the sides plays a massive role in perception and loudness and all the rest of it. I mean, I've turned every single track down by -2 dB just so we don't clip or, you know, start distorting or anything. The reverb, intense complexes in a tunnel. But yeah, mate, you've sent a WAV. So the question I was asking was, how come? How come this is not an MP4? Was it done on the phone? Was it done in a DAW? Talk to me. What's going on, mate? Like, what's happened? Have we gone to a DAW again? But other than that, mate, yeah, big in the game. We're gonna step it up, mate, because normally it's DJ Ride that starts the show off every single time. But this time it was Ionis. We've got DJ Ride next, so let's check the vibe. Trust me, Ride's going in on this. Trust me. He was going in on that. Like, that is not Ride. You know what I mean? Like, Ride, he literally... What the fuck is going on in the background? Like, some madness. Some Ron Jeremy business. But, mate, Ride, what is going on, mate? Normally you're coming with the vibe, setting the standard, waking us all up, and we're like, yeah, the summer's here. But right now, I felt like those dark clouds were over our head. It was like, come on, mate, you're smashing it right there. Some dark business. I know London's probably going to be feeling that one, you know what I mean? London's sitting there going, yeah, but if it just had an Eamon in there, and, you know, it would have just been a nice dark roller. Mate, the tune's really, really nice. It's a different angle. I know it's been a while since we've done a show, so maybe you've gone to the dark side. Who knows? You know what I mean? But there's a couple of things in this which I think you need to go back to and check out. Well, I think we've just got a new little... Oh, another raid. We got a raid. So, guys... Welcoming raiders. However, this is a different type of show. You know, one of them ones. You know what I mean?
Quit talking and start mixing.
Anyway, so welcome in, peeps. Welcome in. So we're doing a quick little feedback show. If you're new to this one. So ride. So basically, on this tune, right, there's a couple of areas you need to go back to and check it out. The main bass in there, right, it sounds great on headphones, and I'm sure in the car and you know, on other sorts of speakers it's going to sound great. But the minute you play this in mono, that bass sort of feels like someone's removed some of the main perception of the bass. Look. Then back to stereo. So remember, like, we talk about this week after week about mono compatibility. Like, you have to hear the whole tune perfect in mono, and then the stereo is like, you know, the extra 10%, the ear candy. So I would go back. I mean, if you've made this in Serum, it's probably like, forget what it's called now. All us probably know. It's not. Is it the rotary knob? There is a knob on the flipping Serum where it just makes everything just super fucking stereo. Do you know what I mean? And for this sort of thing, it just doesn't need to be that wide, because essentially what you've done is you've took the sound and you've split it hard left, hard right with a slight phase, like the Hass effect. And in this case, I don't know if it's the hyper effect, Aulus, but there's something there where it kind of comes on automatically. You have to turn it off, otherwise you do get this phase issue. Unison, that's the one. There's unison. So go on Serum, have a look, see if you've got any unison like dialed in. If you have, dial it back and then play it. See what it says. Because I say, if we play this in left only, it just feels like the bass comes away from you a little bit. Like what I'm getting at is the translation in mono doesn't feel right, and that's when you know. The other thing is you need to utilize more sidechaining. Like, you have to. So don't just like use it as a duck, you know, so you're ducking and then you've got that sound as a duck. You need to do it so it's really transparent, but what it enables is the kick and the snare to just cut through cleanly, so there is nothing in its path, nothing in its way. Because when looking at the spectroscope down here, you can see that you've got your kick, but the sub is just under it. There is a slight detachment there, but there's no like actual break in the sub. So you'd know if you've sidechained it hard, because your kick should really fall in line with the sub. Like, you know, a kick will start off quite pitched up and then it scoops down in pitch. It's the bit which goes down that should really merge with the sub. And we'll play it again in a second, you have a look on the spectrogram, you'll see that there is no break in the sub. It's just kick and sub, and that's why it feels a bit like, not congested, but there's no like gap, there's no like break there. So like here, look. Now the other way that we can sort of look at this is the sub and the kick, and then like the fundamental on span, because you can see what's happening here. Look, there's your kick here, this nub here, and your sub and basses are all down here. The kicks it's just slightly overtaken, so again a bit more of that side chain the snare to the top part of the bass, but not in a way where you're like, oh, it's just coming in and out in volume. But it kind of does it in a nice cohesive way. But other than that, mate, absolutely wicked.
The D, the A, the P, the D.
Quit talking and start mixing.
Welcome in, Mrs. Gold. I hope you're well. Hope all is good. Don't worry, you've not missed too much because we had a bit of a glitch on the start. So, moving forwards, we got the one like Drillo Jizzle. Trust me.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Just short and sweet on that one from Drillo Jizzle. So, mate, on this one, it's the vibes are there, mate, but the mix is not as polished as what you sent last week. You know what I mean? So, the main things for me on this was, let me just bypass some of the little bits I was messing around with. It's like the intro captured you, like right from the get-go. The bass is strong, right? I really like it, but like the clap, like the percussion part of it is not. It don't feel tough enough. You know what I mean? Like it's not sharp. So I'm just going to try this a minute, see if we can sharpen it up. Go in here. Let's try this. So like less on the bass. I don't want the bass to be more punchy. I'm just trying to bring more of the snap back in the clap because it just feels a bit like it ain't there. So, okay, let's see what this is saying now. Let's back this off a bit. So that's definitely woke up this now. So what we'll do is we'll just bypass now. So we'll play it and then we'll bypass. And then bypass. Back on. I mean, the volume does jump a little bit, but that's not what I'm concerned about. It's more about using transient shaping on the percussion, because the snare just feels like it's blowing in the wind. It's not like smacking my eyeball, you know what I mean? I want that snare to feel like someone slapped me in the face. So other than that, the kick and the bass is strong, but it just feels like that clap is someone's just, I don't know, rubbing their hands together, mate. You want it to be slapping the eyeball, you know what I mean? But mate, bruh. Other than that, it's a tidy tune. It's a nice loop. You know what I mean? It's a nice little idea. So just go back to it, tighten it up with transient shaping, and I think you'll be back there, mate. So stepping up, stepping in, we have the one like... Bruh. The one like Orlus, who's been trying to get on for flipping years and years. But like every time he submits to tune, we're like, mate, we're full. It's got to be on the next one. And then he won't send it, or he'll say, no, don't play it because there's something not right. So here is your moment, mate. This is all you. All this in the building. As always, whenever SRS shows me the funk face, he's always messaging me like, who's this then? I need this. Can you send me it? Trust me, mate. SRS, you flipping kill it, mate. Right, Orlis, you had your moment of fame, my DJ. So, mate, it's like straight off hard off the bat straight away. Right, what's happening now? Have we got a new follower? Welcome in, the Garage Band man. Welcome in. So, Orlis, for me, there was a couple of areas where it sounds like you've got a couple of basses overlapping each other. I'll try and pinpoint the bit. Here's like you had this sub drone, and then you had like some notes stepping down. I don't know. It just felt like there was basses overlapping one another, and it didn't really need it. The kick in the bass has a bit of crunch. Maybe that's like a stylistic choice, something you want to happen, or it's a case where you're forcing the kick to the sub, if that makes sense, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's gone more down the crunch route. So you could again use more side chaining, the same thing as what we said to ride, not in a way where it's like, oh, you know, I want that ducking effect. No, it's just to carve that bit of space for the kick. The other thing is, looking at the correlation meter, not that it really matters at the very top of this meter here, but you are in negative value, which means the sides information is more dominant than mono. So again, if we play this, we've got a man like Neil Tricks ringing me. We'll have to speak to Neil Tricks after his Pete's, but I can't stop the phone call. It's stopped. Put it over here. So that's the sides. That's currently there. So let's play it in mono. And now that we've come back into stereo, you can hear the hi-hats come out much louder. So in mono. Back to stereo. So yeah, again, I don't know if it's again a stylistic choice or you was playing with mid sides on the hi-hats, but try and get the mono aspect of it more up front, and then the sides of it, as you know, just needs to be a bit more ear candy. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment that's more dominant in sides. It will work, there's no major problems with it, but when playing it in mono, is it going to translate very well on big systems or, you know, mono dual mono systems? That's the only thing. In headphones and cars and whatever, yeah, it's going to sound great, it's going to sound nice, but the two main things for me is the kick in the sub just gone a bit crunchy, and why is there more sides than mono in the top end? That's it, mate. Other than that, DJ. So next up, the next one in, who's been trying his luck for the last year or two, is the man like Decipher. But yeah, are you still here, Mr. Decipher? Let us know, my DJ. You finished your dinner now, mate?
The D, the A, the P, the Z. Run the motherfucking rhythm.
Mr. Decipher. Yes, yes, my DJ. Wicked tune, mate. Got some love in the comments. Again, SRS was there, like asking again. Oh, I don't want to ask him, but I need this tune in my collection. So, a couple of things on this one. Mr. Papa G pointed something out as well to do with the bass. We'll get to that in a minute. So basically, I brought up the stem EQ because I felt like there was something in the drums and something in the bass that needed addressing. Couldn't quite do it in here, so I went with bass control. And that is, so basically, in the drums, the kick, it's just got far too much knock to it, like 200, 300 hertz. This is quite wide because I didn't want it, well, doing it broad like this would give me a better result across everything. Do you know what I mean? So if I just bypass this. So what I've done is I've scooped out a lot of the 300, 400 area in the kick. You don't really need that because that's what's making it sound a bit boxy and a bit up front. And I mean, let me know if I'm like wrong here, but listening to the tune, you kind of like in between jump up but like modern jungle roller, so you know, that sort of thing. And the thing is, when you go more towards like rollers or modern jungle, as they say, you're kind of having to then pigeonhole yourself into this whole new world of production, because it's the jump up and the modern jungle, they're like two beasts in terms of tonality of the tracks. So jump up is just like push it as hard as you can, fucking screaming basses, so edginess doesn't really matter, like that's what it's about. But this is more tamed, so that's why I'm like, well, I can hear some of the breaks and the loops you're using, so I'm kind of leaning towards more modern jungle. But the problem with modern jungle is that a lot of people seem to be boosting this top end, and it seems to be a thing. And you know, I'm not massive fan of having things super bright and shiny, but that's just seems like where it's going. So with this boost and that cut, it instantly makes the tune feel, well, the drums feel more produced or like more shiny. If you know, it's a bit shit analogy, but again, we'll bypass. And it just feels like there's some air, there's some life back to it. So the next thing, and I heard this, and then Papa G said you need a sub under the dongy bass or something. There's one bit I can't find the message, but yeah, it felt like, I'll tell you what happened. Hang on. Yeah, that was one thing I noticed. I think this particular build-up took away from the drop, because I was like really captured by this intro, and you can see by like the transients it's quite loud, and then things start hitting the clippers here or limiters. But it ain't until this kick comes in, and because you've literally got like what 2, 4, 6, like there's 6 and a bit bars of just kick, which is like a continuous tone. So it's going, and you're filling out that 50 hertz from a kick, which is quite a lot in, you know, drum and bass. It's more about shelving it up to about 80. So loads of information here. Yeah. And when it drops, there's no bass. It's like there's no sub, and because of this, it's making you then perceive the drop to be even less, if that makes sense, like less bass. So for example, let's just get rid of all them, turn it into a high pass. I mean, this would be better if you automated the kick so it went the other way, because you're going like you're going low pass down. I would go high pass up. So you should really go. So because then that way it's creating like suspense. It's creating like, oh, okay, you know, it's taking you up. Anyway, I've just like literally rounded that off quite a lot. Now when it comes to the drop, even though there's no bass, it should feel a bit better. See, that's where the sub's at. That sound there, that needs loads of sub. You can even see here that it's just orange, whereas that's all red. So that should just be like blowing, mate. So with bass control, what I've done is I've told it, okay, clamp down the big bassy parts, but when there is no bassy parts, give me, you know, something back from 100 hertz and below. So you can see this is pushing it down, that's pushing it up. So it's a bit like a push and pull, but it's upwards and downwards compression happening at the same time. So let's bypass this now. It just makes it feel a bit more firmer, but yeah, ideally you need to be like blowing, mate. You need to be blowing at these first notes. It's there, you can see it, it's there, you know what I mean? But so if we go, just need to just clip this little bit here, and then I don't know, we get like some crappy EQ or something and just take the piss. See like how that felt a little bit more together here. Instead of mate, there's nothing wrong with a bit of gaming, you know what I mean? It's just sometimes it's not a bad thing, you know, it just gets you sort of like back in the zone again. Right then, my DJs. We've got to move on because London sent us a tune which is about a week long, so we best start this now, and I'll see you next week. London, inside the place, ready to fucking melt your face, yeah? Some jazz cigarette business. Nice. I can just see you just like getting blazed on this one, mate. This is the radio edit. Man's going to Cypress Hill with this.
The D, the A, the P, the D.
Quit talking and start mixing.
What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop and I'm Bass Duncan with Dance. Get it on.
I mean, I'm all up for the rewind, yeah, but it just means we've got to wait till next week until it drops again. So, London, Jesus Christ, what are you doing to us? Just melt your face.
Fat Man Scoop, Bass Dunk. Shout time to Bass Dunk. Everybody Bass Dunk.
No, Neil, apparently this is the radio edit. This is only 10 minutes. That's right, mate. Don't know how he managed to get that one through. You know what I mean? It's an MP3 now.
Bruh.
London, Jesus Christ, mate. Oh my days. First rewind of the night. Oh my days. So there's so much right about that tune, but at the same time there's so much wrong about the tune as well, in a good way. Like, mate, the vibes are there, man. But there's just something like when I was playing these sound effects, they just sounded so crispy and bright compared to the track. It's like I need to put an exciter on it just to open it up, but at the same time that'd be wrong because the top end is there, but it just feels like you've hacked off some of the super high. Do you know what I mean? So let's just have a look at what happens. So we can see like it's everything above, don't know, like 10k. It's as if like you've really just gone, fuck it, I don't want nothing above 10k. Do you know what I mean? And that just sounds really shit and harsh now. But it's as if like that's what's needed. So I like how it is. I don't think it's the MP3 compression because normally that would be down at 16k. But this is like, I don't know, something you've removed. The sub's lovely, mate. It's lovely and warm. But even on here as well, look, you can see on the analyzers, it just dips off. Again, we're not trying to copy the shape. We're not trying to mimic that, but it's just a guide. It helps you because it doesn't matter what shape you use. You know what I mean? They'll all represent something, but you know, there's certain ones I like to use as like a quick glance, you know what I mean? But definitely need to look at what you're doing on EQ. So the Amon around 6k, really fucking pushed, but it feels like you've hacked everything back from 10k and up. So have a look at what's going on there. I'm thinking like, have you done it across everything, like on your master bus? Because the reason why I say that is, well, you can't have done it on your master bus because you've got this sound effect over here, which just, I mean, look, that's got all the fruits in it, mate. That has. You know, the flute and everything, mate. That's really nice. Maybe, I don't know, mate, somewhere in between the original speed and where it is now, as always, mate. But if you are Intense Complex remix, that is what Intense Complex would be all over, mate. So you can see now there's all the top end. That's what we need. So is it a pitch thing? I don't know. Maybe that was a crusty Amon and you've just pitched it down and you've just dragged all the crust with it. But mate, that in itself is like, I can see why you've called it the jazz cigarette. Many cigarettes burning away there, mate. So big ups as always, mate. Right now, we're dropping man like Papa Jizzle, Jamie Jizzle, some next ting. Let's see what he's saying. Might need a bit of a compound clip on this, just to bring it up a little bit. A little plug-in that I'm sort of messing around with.
Bruh.
bust it. Bang, bang.
Well, someone's a gladiator, hotter than a radiator. Look at this hour.
Okay, my DJ. So G's saying that there is another version or something. More in the intro. Well, mate, this is, I think you sent this the other week and we rolled it over, didn't we? Because you sent two. However, the tune is bad. It still looks like it's in production mode because you can see all the transients. But the thing I thought was, you see how you've got like these two, what is it, two 16s or 32s here? Fingers back. You could afford to get rid of one here, half the intro or something, or potentially have the two, then have one section here, then you can utilize like the last part just so it spins around a bit quicker, you know what I mean, comes around quicker. Oh, we're just flipping out of time there. Yeah, I mean, even if you'd removed one of those sections, it's brought you down to like 4.5 minutes, which is fine. But what I like about it is that sort of Nasty Ways type bass. It's like a nod to Dillinger Nasty Ways. I really like that, or Nasty Ways. And yeah, I like it. It's smooth, but it's one of those pure stepper. Everyone in the club just doing like pure march stepping. It'd be interesting to hear the updated version. I've sort of pushed it a little hard with the clipper here, but again, this is crispy. Like, everything's nice. The balance of it's nice. It's got a nice bit of drive. I will mention about the side chain again. It does look like in the spectrogram that you are using some sort of side chain in there. Sorry, something's gone a bit weird on the chat. And it's very transparent. The kick's got a nice bit of fizz to it. But you can see like the kick's still pushing like 40 odd hertz. I would try and come up a little bit. Just come up a little bit just to take that sub away from the kick. You've got the drive, you've got that crunch to the kick. It's just where are we now? But you notice like when it hits the bass there, there's a little bit of, it wobbles a bit, and that's because as I say, need to just duck the sub element from it but keep the top. Yeah, mother ducker. And just be mindful of that stereo bass as well. So yeah, other than that, mate, wicked tune, like it. Got some love as always in the comments, and it was refreshing as well because last week you got the reload on some jungle tip, so it's nice to hear this walking skank business. Right, so moving on, we have oh fucking hell, man like Jungle Rhythms with Ricky Rhythms, you know what I mean? The Grantham Pimp. Let's do this. And we definitely got the right mix, yeah? So far we've had two people like, okay. But yeah, but G, big ups, man. Big in the game. It'd be good to hear the fix up on that one. I think Jungle Rhythms has been watching Boys in the Hood. Better for your SRS. Bit of sub for you now, mate. So trust me, right? That tune is actually really good. It's like, I know you probably sat there now like, oh yeah, but I want to change this, I want to do that, I want to do this. The thing is, it's a nice dub plate tune for yourself. You know, one of them ones where you could play it in a set. Yeah, it's fucking been sampled to death, those bits, but it's just another thing. You know, it's just another version you could throw into the mix. But what keeps it fresh is that, you know, the arpeggiator thing. That's what keeps it nice and fresh. But at the same time, you've got some weird, like, pause. It's like there's like a sound that's frozen in time. I can't explain it, but I noticed it more here. Look there. It sounds like it's on a loop. Look. I mean, I don't know if that's like a sound that's looping in your sampler, because I'd imagine you would have made this on the Akai. But it's like something's frozen in time and it's playing throughout the tune. And if we can get rid of that, that would clear it all up a lot more. So again, it's blowing in some parts, right? It's nice Foley. I feel like I'm frozen in time, like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm going through the fucking the time warp. But yeah, like at the moment the track's there and you've got the elements. I think we've touched base on this before, where I know you jam, right? And I know you just put this together, and then this is good because people can give you feedback on it. But it's like it needs to have a bit of a breakdown. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to, but I'm just saying it just feels like the drums continuously go on. And you've got a nice section here, but it only happens once. Let's just turn some of this. That's wicked. Like, it ain't even here. See, this is what I'm saying. You've got all the elements there. It's a case of not rearranging it, but just arranging it in a way where less is more. You've got so many things going on in this tune, believe it or not. But I think if you had the right arrangement and placement, this, you know, could work really well, because those subs are like really low in key, and that's another thing I've noticed. I think that's just your sound. You like these really low, deep subs. Straight off the bat with the sub in the drums, again, not a problem, but it's not 100% DJ friendly. Drops, nice. But it's still just like bass stab, like it's a bass throb. There's no pattern to the bass. Again, not that there has to be a pattern, but I'm just saying it's like from the intro, it's bass stab, and then the bass stabs happen more. And it ain't until here. And you know, and I guarantee other people can hear it. Here is where you need to come up with the bass. See how like those like Vox pads going up? Follow it. And then sub up. And up there, you could come up a whole octave there with the sub. You know? Like here. But it's going to be weird because it's going to go, how many? Not you, mate. You could come up a whole octave. You know what I mean? It's just experimenting with a couple of notes. I think it would work then. Do you know what I mean? Just to keep it moving a little more. This is pure one note massive. Where's the other bit? So basically, like say, once you've got the arrangement and you've tweaked this and you've tweaked that, I just think like, I don't know what it is, but I'm just obsessed with like the crunchness on old jungle tunes, like that probably at the time they were like, oh man, like it sounds like pushed, but nowadays it's like people are trying to recreate that lo-fi pushed sort of feel, and if you get it right, it can really sound great. Like G knows what I mean. Like we talk about the stuff on Formation Records and what SS did or what Music House did to the tracks. Some of it goes over the top and you're like, fuck's sake, man, is that my needle? It's knackered, is it fucked? But there's other tunes where you're like, if it didn't have that rustic drive to the low end, would it be the same? So what I'm saying is like, just, I mean, I'm going over the top here, but this is what I mean. That sort of... You know what I mean? So we're hearing the difference, that little fizz. I mean, it sounds nasty, but the bass, if it had more edge to it, you'd be covering far more harmonics. So, yeah, it's just something to think about. But, mate, I tell you something, the tunes are coming on, man. You know what I mean? Right, moving on. We got the man from Del Monte. They call him SRS. Oh, gosh.
We just tell them won't come test me. Gun clap. We just tell them won't come test me. Murder, I tell them won't come test me. Gun clap. We just tell them won't come test me. Yes, we just tell them won't come test. Murder, I tell them won't come test me. We just only one content.
Trust me, I could have had that rewind going all week. SRS with some fucking samurai business. Swords are just clanging there, smacking my eyes. Let me just help you out here. Fucking hell, mate. Nearly grabbed my coat then, mate, and went home.
My soul I come to light up the dance. My soul I come to light up the dance.
Yes, Mr. Anchovy.
All right.
Light up the My soul I come to light up the dance.
Yes, with the sound them want come test me. Gun clap, with the sound them want come test me. Murder, I sound them want come test me. Gun clap, with the sound them want come test me.
Sorry, we was in the loop there. Sounded good though. That's my 2 pence to the tune, mate.
I sound them want come test me. Murder, I sound. Murder, I sound them want come test. Murder, I sound them want come test me.
180.
Bare fluff on the needle. Mate. Fucking hell. Trust me, mate. I don't even know what to say. Like, that is probably like the best tune I've ever heard come from you, mate. It is just flames. Bare flames, farts and thistles. The fucking lot, mate. It is bad. Yeah, I don't even want to get into bits because we just went all the way through that with a reload. And we just kept getting surprised. I mean, we was getting kicked in the face with the samurai intro. And then we just switched, like we say, out of nowhere, like bird shit just fucking lands on your head. And it's like, what the fuck, mate? So, if anything, right, something has to happen before the transition because it's just too unexpected, as if you've just switched it. But it is sick, mate. It's sick. And then you've got this lovely breakdown. Fucking hell, mate. So yeah, bad tune, mate. Bad.
180.
So we're moving on to the last one. Mate, he's got his work cut out for him. And London, you've been beaten this week. So you normally have the longest tune, but look at the size of that bastard. We're talking 7.5 minutes. Like, Jesus Christ, did someone leave it on loop or what? I don't know. But we're talking Doms and Jumanji, a track called Terror. So Are you still there, my DJ?
From the darkest corners of your mind.
Run the track!
And still nothing compared to your tune, Neil.
Fear itself.
Neil sent me a tune. It was no word of a lie. It was like fucking 10 minutes.
Comes a nightmarish spectacle of terror.
Bruh.
What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Super Loud Bass Duncan. From the darkest corners of your mind, from the forbidden depths of fear itself, comes a nightmarish spectacle of terror.
Trust me. Bare fucking flames, mate. I remember, if anyone wants to go live after this, I'll raid into you. We've still got 24 people. Well, we're showing 24. We got some lurkers. We got some gherkins.
Fear itself comes a nightmarish spectacle of terror.
my DJ, Doms, fucking hell, mate. Yeah, big ups, Papa G, man. Well, nice one, man.
From the forbidden depths of fear itself comes a nightmarish spectacle of terror.
Run the town!
Just smashing it out, mate. So Doms, because trust me, mate, this is just fucking rolling inside the place. I mean, the production on that is really, really nice. It's like smooth. It feels like we can just keep listening, and it does go on. Considering it's a 7-minute tune, like it holds up. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's like Ride said, it's like gets you in this trance, and it does. It just fucking keeps you going. Intense Complex says I'd put a bit of distortion on every track. You love your distortion, mate. We were talking about that earlier, mate. A little bit of drive, and I think again with this, yeah. In fact, Wenlock, it is like almost techno. If you had a straight kick on that, it would pretty much be like hardcore. It might work, you know. You want to try it, Doms? Just some sections, little straight kick. You know what I mean? Neil was like, no. But mate, Doms, this is a wicked tune, mate. And if you played it out, I'd imagine that it's gone down really well. I bet people were just fucking going crazy, like skanking out, and you know what I mean? One of those, I can imagine it's like one of those 2 a.m, everyone's getting down, like knees bent, fucking searching for the change on the floor, because Jesus Christ, it is hard, mate. It's a hard tune. And I tell you what, there was something that Papa G said to me the other week, last week after the show. He were like, mate, oh yeah, you know, wicked show, blah, blah, blah. And he just said to me, you know what? Everyone stepped up their game. And I said, I know. Like, since we've done one of these streams, not saying like the tunes were shit, because everyone's been making wicked tunes all the time. But what I'm saying is, everyone's tunes are just like there. Do you know what I mean? There's not really much to say. It's all little tonal differences now, or oh, try this, try that, or like we've said about arrangements and just bits and pieces. But mate, it's just nice now to hear these tunes for what they are and what you guys are doing. It's absolutely wicked. Yeah, that's it, Doms. It's proper warehouse business. That absolutely wicked, mate. Well, like I say, SOS, if it helps, it helps, and that's why we do it, because that's what we do, innit? We help each other. Everyone has their little 2 pence. But that tune, mate, like Jesus Christ, I know Papa G wants in on that one as well. I'd like to have that one for the label as well, mate, because it's fucking hard. So guys, as always, man, so yeah, we're trying to do them every week again. So if you go to the Discord, basically you can upload the track there. We've got a new follow, so DJ Trance Pounder, wicked, big ups. This one's, hopefully this is recorded, so that we're going to upload it. But anyway, guys, you know where the form is. Get the tracks in for next week. There is a couple that's rolled over already. So yeah, Mr. Anchovy, just upload the tune. I'll send you the link anyway, so you know where it is. But if it's in the Discord, sorry. So do a quick little link to there, and then it's in the Twitch feedback stream. Anyway, so guys, big ups as always for submitting the tunes. Absolutely wicked. Again, we'll try and come back next week, as always, once we've hit those 10 tunes. I'm gonna raid out, see who's online, and yeah, go from there, my DJs. So, as we do, just bear me 1 second, guys. So yeah, I'm going to raid out, and hopefully I'll catch you all next week. Just a quick heads up, there is some t-shirt business, or hoodie business should I say. These are the hoodies that we've got going online at the moment. So there's like an exclusive offer. You can get them now like 20 quid each. And that's only going to be available till the 12th. And then that's it. So whatever orders I've got in by the 12th of April, that's it. Then I think we'll move on to t-shirts because it'd be too hot. For the US, it does say like, obviously in the UK it'd be like £5 post and packaging, or people can come and collect. But if you're outside the UK, obviously I will get a quote. I'll get the best quote, so you can make your mind up on that. Because I understand, like, you know, posting to the US or even around Europe, it could be quite expensive. So guys, big and at a game. I will catch you on the other side, and as I say, we'll upload this tomorrow. So big ups.